Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. The most miserable people are those who are seeking happiness. And to be happy, there is only one way. Live at zero choice level. We will try to see certain thumb rules to remove the persistent confusions from our life. First thumb rule, get it nicely written, printed. I'll ask Praveen to make a printout tomorrow and bring it. Nice printout. And put it on the mirror in your house where everybody goes and shows his face to the mirror. In this house, we live at zero complaint level. So when the husband becomes angry, wife should say, "Excuse me, will you please go to the mirror?" See? The day you stop complaining, you are walking spiritual path. See, normally our spirituality, our devotion is very peculiar. Let us take one by one. First, devotion. For us, devotion means what? World is the goal and God is the means. So we go to the temple and tell the Lord, "Oh Lord," God says, "Yes, sir. You have infinite powers and no desires." God says, "I know that." No, listen. "Oh Lord, I have got infinite desires but no powers." I know that. Then let us sign an MOU. My infinite desires and your infinite power. If we can contribute together, we will be successful in our business. See, friends, this is the basic error we all carry in our mind. That spirituality means, if I am spiritual, why I get all the problems? Because you are spiritual. See? Therefore, there are two types of approaches that we all practice in life. One type of approach is, we want to fulfill our desires. Fulfillment of our desires is equal to fulfillment in life. This is the wrong equation with which we are all living together. See, this happens only because we do not reflect on our own past experiences. We are reacting, not reflecting. And when we reflect, we will learn from every experience of our life. And when we learn from every experience of our life, with every additional experience, we grow wise. See, friends. And when we don't learn from our experience, the world grows wise. Here is a fool, he can be fooled. There was one Prime Minister of India, and he went to a shop and told the shopkeeper, "I want to buy this TV. How much it costs?" Shopkeeper said, "I don't want to sell it to you, but I am ready to pay anything you say." He said, "No, I don't want to sell it to you." So he goes out, frustrated. I will also show him that I will buy. And he puts on, the black burqa And he comes. And to the same shop. Now he cannot be seen. So he again asks, excuse me, I want to buy this TV. So the shopkeeper said, I told you earlier, I am not going to sell you. Why did you come again? He takes it out. How do you know I am the same person? He said, this is a microwave. This is not. Our spirituality is like this. See? Instead of struggling to fulfill all our desires, learn. We have fulfilled n number of desires. Has it stopped? It is like, breeding desires after desires. Therefore, what we imagine as thinking is in fact worrying. It is not thinking. I am just giving you a little introduction, then we will go step by step. So, spiritual life is not worrying, it is thinking, and thinking is that which takes us out of the process of thinking. If it puts us again deep into the process of thinking, then it is worrying, it is not thinking. Therefore, let us first of all understand what exactly spirituality means. We all have different stages in our life to go through. First of all, we are a child, then we have to go to school, college, etc. You can have a tow truck. Good. So, after that we get married. After we get married, then we are frustrated. And then the children come. And then you discover different means of frustration. And thereafter you want to improve the children. And then you want to see, Swami, the children never listen to me. And then we forget, we have never listened to our parents. See? One NRI in US, a Gujarati NRI. You know the meaning of NRI? Not real Indians. Real Indians live in India. So I went to their house for food. Normally I go only for food. So when I went to their house for food, 12:30 or so daytime, I said, hey, where is your son? Swamiji, he is in his room, please see if you can wake him up. There is nothing like free dinner. So I knew, so I went there. He was a huge structure, 6 plus and 4 plus, and sleeping diagonally on a mega bed in a Bhujangasana. Terrible. So when I looked at him, I said, there is no point in wasting time on this Bhujanga, so I came. And I said, hey, something wrong with him? Is he not well or what happened? Oh, Swamiji, he is like that. I am fed up of him. I knew what is coming next. The best way is to change the topic. Spirituality means the ability to change the topic. See, most important point. Don't drag on the same topic for too long. See, there was a seeker who went to a Mahatma and said, sir, whenever I sit for meditation, I am so frustrated, thoughts, I get disgusted, I become so angry. Mahatma said, don't worry, it will go away. After 1 week or 2, he comes. Sir, good news. Why? You got a baby? No, that is not a good news. It's a news only. What the good news? Now when I sit for meditation, my mind is at peace and I am very, very happy. Mahatma said, don't worry, that will pass away. See, friends, don't get carried away by the vagaries of the mind. The mind is like that. See, friends, therefore, spirituality means working on our own mind. That is spirituality. For us, what is spirituality? If I am mother, father, for me the spirituality is children should be able to chant Sanskrit shlokas. This is another tragedy which I have to go through every now and then. See? We go to these people's house for food because there is no choice. And then after we go, they bring their useless children and say, Swamiji, my Dabbu, no, he is so good, in chanting the whole Bhagavad Gita. I say, God, gone now. That means you have to listen to the whole Bhagavad Gita. But never mind, I'll ask him to chant only one shlok and you will see how nice he is. So I had to simply say, okay, start. I will not do that. No, better start. Swamiji has come, you have to do. And then the mother only starts telling, say, Tameva Mata cha, say, Tameva Pita cha, say, beta. And she says the whole shlok and says thereafter. Isn't it very good? I don't know. Spirituality. Don't try to improve anybody in this world. God failed upon us. Do you think you will succeed on others? See? Spirituality is not living a selfish life, but living a self-oriented life. When we live self-oriented, then the worldly things stop bothering us. The world has always been like this. See? Marriages, children, education, health, divorces, economic problem, political things, when it was not. See, one simple example I'll give you. 4 examples. In Satya Yuga, thousands and thousands of years before, there were 2 examples, the terrible monsters called as Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, etc. The whole name I will not give, list I will not give. Then came the Treta Yuga, Ravana Kumbhakarna. Then came the Dwapar Yuga, Duryodhan, Dushyasan, etc. Now Kali Yuga, we are all there. What is new? See, friends, don't unnecessarily become serious about life. See, life has always been like this. There is nothing new in this world. But our spirituality is, Swamiji, I am extremely worried. Why the world is so terrible, When is your Krishna? Because when I say, start my lecture, Krishna, 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 so people think I am a fan of Krishna. I am not a fan, I am a tube light. So, if you are a fan of Krishna, why doesn't he take avatar? I said, he told me there is a lot of time, no hurry. But this is the worst time. I can't think there is any worse time than this. Why earlier it was not? I don't think. Later it will not be? I don't think. Now it is? Yes. Earlier you were there? No. Later you will be there? No. Now you are here? Yes. This is the cause of all the misery. See, friends, spiritual life is focusing attention on yourself. On yourself means not on the makeup to cover the breakup. See, not on that. Spiritual life means taking care of your mind. See, friends, mind is the instrument by which we come in contact with the whole world. Be very attentive. We have been taking care of our house and then our furniture, fixtures, food, figure, everything. But what efforts we have put till date to take care of our mind? See, because there are thoughts in the mind. We are not thinkers. Because somebody has got lot of money, he is not rich. If you have got lot of money, and if you use that money for a better purpose, then you are a rich person. If you have got lot of money and you keep only to yourself, then you are a conjuice, not a rich person. See the difference? In the same manner, we keep on thinking, there is no end to that thinking. See, friends, therefore all the spiritual practice is working on mind. We live our life first interacting with the world, second interacting with ourselves, third interacting with God, and fourth we live without interaction. These are the four aspects to be clearly understood what exactly spirituality means. See? So when we are interacting with the world, how do we interact? Do we act or do we react? Most of the time, by default, we all react. See? And when this habit becomes reaction, then for everything there is a reaction in life. See? And when we react, our settings are very firm. Like, suppose I am parents and my children are with me. So what do? I react with the children. If they are standing, why are you standing? Sit down. If they are sitting, why are you sitting? Stand up. Because as parents, I have to always tell something to the children. Don't allow them to grow the way they want. Make a bonsai out of them all the time. See, because the habit of reaction. The first step, what spirituality means. Let us stop reacting in life. See. Then what is the meaning of living without reaction? It is here Bhagavad Gita comes and tells us a very simple technique. And that technique is for a person suffering from a disease called as Arjunitis. With this Arjunitis, the Arjun virus enters in our system. What is the Arjun virus? Be attentive. We all know H1N1 virus. H1 visa, nonsense visa, H1N1. So, H1N1 virus is a biological virus. Second is this computer virus. It is a logical virus. Third is ego. It is illogical virus. 3 viruses. And what was Arjuna's problem? Arjuna's problem was this. How can I kill my nears and dears? He was interacting in a given situation. His question was, how can I kill my nears and dears? That means killing is not a problem. Problem is nears and dears. See, friends. So when we are interacting with the world, let us first of all understand, are we acting or are we reacting? And once we start understanding this problem, that most of the time we react. And when we react, we lose our balance, we lose our cool. See, where from the reactions come? The reactions come when our assessment about ourselves, about the world, about God, and about spirituality is wrong. If our assessment is right, then only we are walking the spiritual path in the right manner. See? So what is the principle told by Bhagavan to Arjuna to get out of these wrong reactions in the world? This is the first step on spiritual path. And that principle is very simple. Whether you are walking the path of dharma or yoga or devotion or knowledge, 4 paths, all of them are working on your mind in such a manner that the equanimity of the mind is maintained. See, if the mind is not equanimous, we make a mess of our life. Disturbed mind is a mine of all the problems, and a cool mind is a liquid which dissolves everything. And therefore, when we are interacting with the world, we have to now start assessing our interactions. Are they reactions or they are actions? You know, on the stage, like I am on the stage and you are the audience. So on the stage, who is there always? Actors. So I am now acting a spiritual person. So while giving talk, I am Brahman. After I come out, I am Brahma. Isn't it? So when we are acting in life, we get name, fame, money, wealth, everything. And when we react in life, we get nothing except their frustration. Therefore, the first step, when we are living in this world, let us start acting and not reacting. And when we start acting, mind is at peace and the things are done. See? And in this manner, we take care of the mind. Now, how to do this? See, when we interact with the world, there is a series of reactions set. When we interact, what can happen? One of the two things. Either we will win or we will lose. When we win, we gain. When we lose, we are at a loss. When we gain, we are happy. When we are losing, we are miserable. See the sequence? Success, victory, defeat, gain, loss, happiness, misery. Now this is the thing to be observed. Teacher says in second chapter, Sukha dukkhe same krutva labha labho jaya jayau tato yuddhaya yujjasva naivam papam avapsasi. When we are living in this world, it is natural. Sometime we will win, sometime we will lose. That is the game. We shouldn't expect all the time we should live. We should be winners. No, it is not possible. See, there was a wife, she was telling her husband, see, our neighbor's son, what happened? His results have come. So, do you know how much he got? I don't know. He got 99 out of 100. Really? What happened to that 1 mark? Husband asked. Wife said, your son got it. So, in this life, sometimes we gain, sometimes we lose. It is natural. See, you can't expect every time I should win. Therefore, When we interact with the world, where is our attention? See, like I am talking to you. Now, where is my attention? Whether my attention is on you, that after listening to my lecture you will change, I will be the frustrated one in the world. See, one person in Bangalore, I got out of the flight and I was waiting for my luggage with my friend Murphy. I got one very good friend, his name is Murphy. He is always with me. So today also I went to some place and Murphy came there, And I was so happy. He has not left me. He is all the time with me. So I was waiting for my luggage, and as the Murphy is there, everybody's luggage came, mine was late. So I am accepting it. It's a good time pass. So there one, this softy came. Softy, software engineers are called as softies. So one softy came and he said, Swamiji, I am your fan. I said, keep moving. What else can I do? If you are my fan, it is your problem, not my problem. No, I would just want to ask you, you have been giving lectures, talking so many years, but people don't change. Don't you feel bad about it? I said, why should I feel bad? On the contrary, I feel good. Maintain your level of ignorance so that my market is maintained. See? A good doctor and an intelligent doctor. A good doctor is the one who cures the patient. An intelligent doctor is the one who maintains the patient. See? In the same manner, a intelligent Babaji is the one who maintains the ignorance of the people. And he keeps them engaged in such activities that they have forgotten the God, they have forgotten the world, and they are caught up in their own confusions. And then everyone, Mahatmaji, see, this has happened, what should I do? Okay, do this yajna. And when you do this yajna, then nothing will happen, but I'll get money. See, friends, that is not spiritual life. Function in this world, where is your attention? So when I am talking to you, if my attention is on you, what will be the kind of my attention? I will like to make you happy. God has failed utterly. I will succeed. This is what we all do. Husband tries to make the wife happy. Even Rama failed. See, 5 of them, Yudhishthir, Bhima, Arjuna, Nakula, Sahadeva, 5 of them failed to make that one wife happy. And we want to make others happy. It is a wrong approach to life. Don't try to make anybody happy. And you don't have to make anybody miserable. There is no need. They are already. So where is your attention now? Now your attention is not on the world. First. Second thing, our attention could be on our mind. See, when I am talking to you, if my attention is on my mind, what should be the type of attention? Be very attentive. Before any work is undertaken, during the execution of the job, and after the job is over, 3 places. Before, during, and after. Is the equanimity of the mind maintained intact? Then we are not reacting to the world. Then we are only acting. See? And as a result, our mind will remain at peace. This is what is called as spiritual life. See? Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, Kurute Ganga Sagar Gamanam Vrata Paripalanam Athava Danam. You give this thing in charity, then what will happen? You will regret later. Don't get into that wrong mode of spiritual life. Focus attention on your peace of mind. Anything that is disturbing our peace of mind is worthy of rejection. Straight away. See, one husband, he went to Japan before the earthquake, and after he came back, a South Indian Tamilian. So I went to their house for food. She makes very good dosha and rasam and all that. So I went. And when I was taking food, husband put the gun on my shoulders and fired at the wife. Swamiji, I came from Japan. We had, the management course there. I went from my company and we learned there. Anything which is not used for 6 months, it is not required. It should be removed from the factory or house, etc. This is how one has to live. I said, anyway, give me food. You should never forget the goal of your life. He says, Swamiji, I am telling this thing to my wife, but she doesn't understand. The wife was hearing everything. She also talks through me, proper channel. Swamiji, kindly tell him, if for 6 months something is not used, has to be thrown out of the house, it will be he first thrown out of the house. Don't react in this world. Act. And when we start acting, be very attentive. When we start acting, Mr. I is not created. Spiritual life is not becoming someone special. Spiritual life is losing all our speciality and merging in the totality. Today we are like icebergs. 1/3 above, 2/3 below. And icebergs don't support life. The waters that support the life. See, friends. And icebergs are nothing but the water. But they are consolidated. I. And account in, I see, I. See, friends. This I has to be dissolved, and while we are functioning in this world, I should not be allowed to be created. See, if we can learn this principle, do whatever is required to be done, but at the same time, I should not be allowed to be crystallized. See, normally what happens? We take care of our children, and what is our notion? Our notion is children are growing because of us. We don't understand the basic principle. Children do not need the parents. It is the other way around. When somebody gets married, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, no children, then go to this from pillar to the post. When everything is over, then go to Babaji. Maharaji, bachcha nahi. Maharaji says, bach gaye. No. Please, bless me with the child. So Mahatma Ji says, look here, now you are miserable because you don't have children. I don't want philosophy, I want children. He said, okay, then you will be miserable because of children. See? Take this basic principle. 2 examples I will give you. Ramayana and Bhagavat or Mahabharata. And learn from this. Maybe I think 2-3 years before, when Ramesh Bhai Ojha came here, he had asked me to go for his talk and give little talk. So I went there and we are good friends. So he said, Swami, to speak something. I said, what is the topic? Ramayana. How long? Because once our thing starts, it doesn't stop. He said, 5-10 minutes are enough. I said, okay. And then I said, Ramayana. Now what to talk about Ramayana? I don't know what you have learned, but what I have learned is this. That if even the incarnation of God, Rama is your son, Dashratha has to die and suffer because of the son. One example. Ramayana. Second example. Even the Lord Avatar, incarnation of God, Bhagwan Krishna, is your son. The mother and the father have to go to jail even before birth. This is the condition of the parents of the avatar of the God. What about our kabutars? And we expect to get happiness from children. Don't have those wrong notions. Fulfill your parenthood as long as they are small. Live with them, hug them, cuddle them, love them, and as they start growing slowly, one day you go to the shoe rack and you ask your wife, where are my new shoes? You get a reply, your son must have put on and gone out. That day understand, your relations have changed now. He is no more your son, he is your friend. But we Indian parents, we keep on complaining about the children throughout life. 198 not out Punjabi Amma. She complained. Swamiji, my children don't listen to me. Ye baat hai, come on, call them, I'll scold them. And she called. Raju, retired brigadier came. Now her complaint is, my children don't listen. So I was thinking, children be this thing. He is a grandfather, man. See, friends. This is what is called a reaction. Don't react. So whenever we are doing anything, attention is on the mind. First, is it at peace or not? Second, are we crystallizing the ego, the I? Wherever I is created, miseries are born. Take this simple equation. The more miserable we are, stronger is our ego. Less miserable we are, weaker is our ego. Bhagavan does not have ego, therefore Paramananda. See? So whenever you are miserable, stand before the mirror. Hey, ego. See, friends. Therefore, when we live in this world, let us stop reacting. And when we act, how the ego is not created. Just see this. An actor comes on the stage and he comes, let us take, as Rana Pratap. And with, all the costume and everything, and with all confidence, dialogues, he comes. And the whole audience is, oh nice, Rana Pratap, what was the great character, he has done so much like that. And thereafter he goes. When he goes out, he knows he is a miserable husband of a terrible wife. And while going, he has to buy vegetables. And when he goes home, wife will find out exact mistake what I have not bought. So when he goes home, aa gaye? Yes. Did you bring green chilies? No. I know that. You will never do it properly. There on the stage, he was Rana Pratap, getting the applaud, and after coming home, getting danda. He was only acting, and therefore he got all the applause. And at home, he was reacting, and he got all the miseries. See, friends, act. See, try this. You go home from your work, while going you take one recyclable Chinese flower, and when you go home, give to your wife, honey, darling, when I was coming, I was thinking of you, this is for you. Acting, you don't have to love her. Simply say, I love you. I am telling you acting. Don't react. Really start loving. Don't. And see the change in life. See? And what the wife should do, they should also say the same way. I was waiting for you. Stand with the Purna Kumbha. Life will become a great fun, friends. We are all the time so seriously living in this world. Learn to laugh at yourself. Then see, life is beautiful. One person, one lady, one day she came and told me, Swamiji, you are all the time telling, be happy, be happy, be happy. What is there for you to tell, be happy? Get married and show? Be happy. So I asked her, did I tell you to get married? Scolding me for nothing. This is a reaction. Don't react. And when we are just acting in life, then in that only mere acting, there is neither gain nor loss. See? Whether that Rana Pratap has won the war or he was killed in the war, it makes no difference because it was just an acting. See, an acting should be perfect. See, one drama, final rehearsal was going on. And in the audience, there was only one, the director of the drama, nobody. And the final rehearsal was going on. And there was one particular event, one terrorist comes and takes the gun. And there is another Malayali standing there with the lungi. You know Malayalis? One day, one person asked me this question. In Kerala, there is 100% literacy, and yet why Kerala doesn't progress? I said, because people don't have time to do anything. Why? All are busy in undoing and doing the lungi. Whole life goes. Whole life goes. So, one Malayali, he was reading the newspaper and the terrorist comes. And when the terrorist comes, he pumps the bullets in him. Tack, 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 only sound. And when the bullets are pumped in that man, he folds the newspaper, keeps it on the table and slowly lies down to die. So the director says, there is no life in your death, die properly. See, friends, our life must be perfect. And yet, I should not be born. Be very attentive. The real joy in life is not getting something out of life. The real joy of life is an expression of joy. We are all struggling to get happiness from the life. Don't do that. On the contrary, express your inherent happiness in and through every action, every word, every thought. That is what is called a spiritual life. What we do is struggle. I want happiness. You will never get it. Guarantee. See, friends, Karma Yoga is not a struggle to get happiness through action. Karma Yoga is an expression of happiness through every action. Then you have understood spirituality. Many of us have got this wrong notion. There was one student where I go sometime, and She told me, Swamiji, my mother's brother, Mama, he is a great fan of yours and he wants to come and take your darshan. I said, okay, later come. Till date, I have never understood what is the meaning of taking darshan. आपका दर्शन लेना है, ले लो. See, is it like taking, the Ayurvedic dawai? What happened? Darshan ho gaya. What is that darshan? I don't know. I said, okay, come and take darshan. I never know, understand. Few things, like, Ashirwad do. Is it, like, banana do? Like Ashirwad. Any funny things, spirituality. So he came. And I said, okay, uncle, please sit up there on the chair. No, I will not sit on the chair. I said, the chair is free. It is cold here. No. I will sit here. I said, then make a hole and go into that. Next. And then he started telling. See, our spirituality is obsession. When we don't listen such simple thing, that please sit on the chair, don't sit on the floor, that we don't listen. Will we ever listen? You are Sakshat Parabrahma Paramatma. No, मैं बेवकूफ हूँ. ठीक है. Such simple things we don't listen and we think we are spiritual. See? Then he started. Swamiji, I know Ramcharitmanas by heart. So I kept quiet. Then I do every day 108 times Hanuman Chalisa. What do I do now? No, what more I should do? I said, climb on the tree and get down. What should I do? Friends, please remember one thing. Doing is not spirituality. Undoing what all we have been doing in life. Let the life be lived through us, rather than we create the I with every action in our life. And then I becomes a burden. Summation of our total past is equal to ego. See? And all the time we are only carrying this burden. I have done this thing, I have done this thing, I have done this thing. We can't even control our own sneezing. You must have experienced this sometime, Very important meeting is going on and one person says, excuse me. And everybody is receiving you now. And it doesn't come. Disgust. Even the sneezing is not in our hands and we think, I have done this thing, I have done that thing, I want to do this thing. Take care of your mind first. See, friends, why this happens? Because we are only reacting in life. Don't react. Then how do we live without reaction? So here the technique is given. First of all, when you function in this world, keep your attention on the equanimity of the mind. Equanimous mind is living in God. Friends, whatever we have given importance to, whatever we have recognized as valuable, for that alone we put sincere efforts. Take for example, in one of my management gimmicks, management is a big gimmick, I do it lot. So in one of the management gimmick, we were all sitting, all the neckties were sitting around. And the neckties are used for nothing, I don't know why they put on. You can't even close your nose, that also you can't do. It's so hard, it will take your nose out. See? So they were all sitting and I said, first a drama was already planned. I told one of the PNs, I said, look here, when I start my class, you come in between. I will scold you. You say, Swamiji, you told me that I had done that job. This is the remaining 6,000 rupees, 6,522. Kindly count it and take it. I will say, keep it there, I see later. You say, no. Afterwards you will say me that, I have taken your money. Again I will scold you and then I will start counting. Okay? He said, okay Swamiji. The drama was set. And our class started. And that boy came and we did accordingly. I scolded, everything was over, and then I started counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10. After 5, when I said 9, 10, one of the persons said, Swamiji, you are counting up to 5, you jump on 9. I said, did I ask you to count my money? See? Anybody counting money anywhere, if you are there, you start counting. Observe this. Do you know why this happens? Because we all know, if one mistake you do, you lose 500 rupees. One mistake. Therefore, the value and importance. In the same manner, do we give value and importance to the peace of mind, the equanimity? See, those who are extremely fond of and take care of their clothes, they will not go anywhere in a dirty place and soil the clothes. Before sitting anywhere, they will check 10 times if it is clean or not, because they value their clean clothes. Exactly the same way, do we value our peace of mind? Because we have not recognized the importance of equanimity of the mind. See, there is one story in one of the Puranas, it comes, when Uttara's son Parikshit was stillborn, she goes to the Lord Bhagavan Sri Krishna and says, "Oh Lord, kindly enliven my child, or our whole clan is destroyed." That time Bhagavan says, if I have equanimity towards Kauravas and Pandavas equally, on the strength of that equanimity, this dead child will become alive, and he becomes alive. Can we say, keeping our hand on our heart, that I am equanimous towards everyone and everything in this world? Friends, equanimity of the mind is spirituality. See how important it is. And this is what Bhagavan says in every chapter. The disease of human mind or humankind is mamata. In the first chapter, this disease is spelled out. Mamata towards the worldly things, Dhritarashtra. Mamata towards activities, Duryodhana. And mamata towards goody. These goody characters are very dangerous. Arjuna was goody brand. See? And therefore, he had all the questions and all the doubts and all the confusions. See, friends, equanimity is the most important. Therefore, Bhagavan again says, the first time he gives this, that samatvam yoga uchyate, siddhi asiddheho samo bhutva. So first, learn the principle of equanimity is equal to spirituality. For us, spirituality is what Bhagavan Shankara says. First is tapasya, torturing our body. Monday, Shivji. Tuesday, Hanumanji. Wednesday, Santoshi Mata. Thursday, Guru Maharaj. Friday, Balaji. Saturday, Ekadashi. And Sunday, Grahan. And anyway, somehow or the other, keep on not eating food and thinking only about food. When I see, one of the professional hazards that I have is to have to go and eat food in somebody's house. It's a professional hazard. And they asked, Swamiji, tomorrow is Ekadashi. Do you observe Ekadashi? So I asked them a question. Whose house is my food tomorrow? If it is a Gujarati or a Marwadi, I observe Ekadashi. Because in these two communities, Ekadashi is a celebration, you know. There are so many varieties you can really enjoy. Torturing ourselves cannot be the spiritual life. Bhagavad Shankara says, Agre vanni prushte bhanau ratrau chubuk samarpita jano. Torture yourself. That is not going to take you anywhere near God. That is not spirituality. Second thing, we wait. Abhi jaldi kya hai? What is the hurry? Spirituality is meant for those people who are not able to hear, they should go to satsanga. Oh? Spirituality is meant for those who cannot sit in one asana quietly. They should sit for meditation, say pillow here, pillow there, and andar bhi pillow. That is spirituality. See? Our spirituality is for those who forget everything every 2 minutes. And they want to remember Bhagavad Gita. Babu, did I take food? 10 times you ask me. Okay. You have taken food that you don't remember and you want to remember Bhagavad Gita. For us, spirituality is for those who are unfit for everything, they are fit for spirituality. See? Many people have got this notion. I was in Allahabad, somebody's house as usual, and they had one huge structure as their son. And we were all sitting on the dining table taking food, and he was standing there, Vivekananda pose. I said, Mahatma ji, come and join. You take. I said, okay, I have come for that. So the mother felt very bad. Swamiji, my son, he is so useless, good for nothing. He doesn't study, he doesn't work. All day he is at home, eats, bullies me and his father. We are fed up of him. Good for nothing. I was keeping quiet and eating food. When I didn't respond, then she said, Swamiji, why don't you take him with you? Meaning what? I told her, I said, Mama, my mother also sent me like this only. Who is good for nothing is good for spirituality. See, friends. That is not spirituality, friends, that is not. The third option is, we want to wait, Angam galitam palitam mundam dashan vihinam jatam tundam. And then we want to take the Lord's name. See, friends. Therefore, one of the most important spiritual practice, whatever you do, attention should be on the quality of the mind left behind. See, I was in Vrindavan. One girl came and asked, Swamiji, you please give me one line advice. Only one line, don't give too much. I am fed up of this satsanga. I said, okay. Whatever you do, I will not tell you, whatever you do, only keep your attention on the peace of your mind. If two things do not precipitate on the mind as a result of our action, namely arrogance of success and guilt of failure, if these two things do not happen to our mind, then we are walking the spiritual path. See? Otherwise, external makeup is tremendous. You must have seen external makeup. There will be full stop. Or if you are South Indian, then there will be railway lines. There are different type of, makeups like this thing, electric posts, and different kinds of malas. See? Then spiritual. Friends, that is the tailor-made spirituality. If you study Bhagavad Gita, nowhere it is mentioned who is a devotee, who puts on this type of clothes, this types of malas, this type of chandan. Nowhere it is mentioned throughout the scriptures. Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitraha karuna evacha. The real devotee is the one who does not harbor any kind of hatred for anyone in the whole universe. That is spiritual life. See, friends, spirituality is not external paraphernalia. See, like when we go to so many places, in Bombay probably, there was one function. Many Mahatmas were called, so I was also called. And a huge crowd. And I went and sat in the audience. So they said, no, you should come and sit on the stage. I said, all right. I went and sat on the stage. No, not like this. Then like what? You don't have asana. I said, this is okay. No, your sevak is not there. I said, who are you? Maharaj ji, aapka sevak. I said, keep asking here. No, you don't carry anybody with you. I said, I carry you. Wherever I go, I get one. Why carry load? See, our spirituality is only paraphernalia all around. The real spiritual life is Adveshta Sarvabhutana. See, hatred is a poison in our heart. See, friends, the other day one lady told me, Swamiji, I have some complaints. I said, I don't care. My complaint is you told, see God in everyone. I can see in everyone except my husband. I cannot. See? I said, then what can you see in him? I see a terrible monster in him. I said, very good. Now in that monster see God. Because you can see everywhere, is it not? Therefore, friends, spiritual life is take care of your mind. It must be at peace, and when we interact with the world, no precipitations of actions are allowed to accumulate on the mind, and no Mr. I is born. See, when I is not born, what is that condition? Be very attentive. I'll give an example to make this point. When we are doing anything, and as a result of those actions, if the mind is at peace, you have learned everything in spirituality. Example. As usual, I went to somebody's house for food. As usual, it is never ready on time. As usual, they have got a useless child. As usual, I wanted to see the TV and pass time. But as usual, the child said, no TV, Swamiji, you play with me, carom. I said, I don't know how to play. No, I want to play. I will teach you. Now, we have to take food in their house. You cannot displease that fellow. I said, okay. He took out. And then, he was expert, so he was taking one after another. And I think, I am also not less. See, theft is not a crime unless you are caught. So what I did, I started playing my Indian Jugaad technology. You know Jugaad technology? If you don't know, you have wasted your life. So I started my Jugaad technology. When we were playing, I asked him, I say, whose picture is this? Is this Mahatma Gandhi? He looked at it. Meanwhile, I took 2, 3. Idea is how you win. It doesn't matter. And when I did 2, 3 times, I was caught. And then he started crying. I said, don't cry, now you will win. Don't worry, start. And then he started. And halfway, when we were going, the bell came. Swamiji, food is ready. I said, hey, come on, leave it. Let's go and take food. No. Now I am winning. Now we have to play. For him, Winning and getting defeated was an issue. For me, it was a time pass. Whenever life is a time pass, I is not born. Like you all have come here. Time pass. And when you live your life as a time pass, you cannot be under tension. No, we have to go and listen to the talk. So we should be prepared. What prepared? You should not sleep there. Somewhere, right in the front row, two persons were sitting. And one man was sleeping on the shoulder of other. And what I see from here, you don't see from there. I am at a higher level of consciousness. And that pillow was getting disturbed every now and then. So the pillow wanted to move so that he will wake up from the sleep. But he was a Kumbhakarna avatar. So he will put his hand and pull him in again. It was such a joy for me. And my lecture was going on. After the lecture was over, thereafter, this awakened person, he was awakened from sleep. He came. He said, Swamiji, your talk was fantastic. What he meant that I could put him to sleep. I don't understand. I said, thank you very much. Very few people understand. It's okay. He went. Now this pillow was angry. Swamiji, when you saw he was sleeping, why didn't you wake him up? He was disturbing me all through. I said, cool. Now tell me, what for you have come here? For becoming miserable? No, Swamiji. What for you have come? I have come for happiness. I said, he got it. And he was still struggling. Therefore, all those who come and sleep in satsanga, they are real satsangi. And others are only struggling. Get me happy, you will never get. Look at the world with this eye of wisdom. You will never be miserable. And if you are not miserable, ego is not created. Ego is nothing but a high concentration of misery. See, friends, we want everything to happen according to our choice. It can never happen. And then we become obsessed. See, world is not a furniture, the pet philosophy. People keep dogs and cats in their houses. What is the philosophy behind that? Do you know? The philosophy is, we want one-sided love. One-sided love means, whenever I am in a mood, I will love. Otherwise, I will kick. So I keep a dog in my house. And all the time, Tommy darling, and the dog is trained. Whenever I come from the work, he should jump on me and then start the whitewash, and I get the feeling at least somebody loves me. See? And this is the default setting. Every day I come, this happens. One day when I went, total day was a disaster, frustration, failure, kicks, insults. So I come home in that mood. Now the doggy doesn't know about it. And you must have seen, whatever language you may be talking, when you are referring to the dog, you never say kutta. Because that word is reserved for the human beings. Observations. So, you come home And the doggy doesn't know. As usual, he wants to, bounce on you and then start, but you are angry. You just throw him away. Useless. Call him bad names and then go and open the bottle and fill the drum. And when you get into Shambhavi Mudra, when you get in the Shambhavi Mudra, then you remember, honey, darling. Now the doggy knows I am being called. Because nobody calls him honey and darling except this useless fellow. So he comes. So when he went below the sofa, his antenna was down. No antenna comes out and he comes and starts doing his job. See, try to do this thing with your wife or with your children. One day you become angry and start scolding. Next day, honey darling, don't talk to me. Honey darling, yesterday was a mirchi. See, friends, we want only one-sided love. Friends, that love which demands is not love at all. That which gives, that is real love. But we are all the time demanding, and therefore we become frustrated. Therefore, friends, live in this world in such a manner that let our peace of mind be not compromised under any condition. And for that, whatever we are supposed to do it perfectly well. And the real joy is in the performance perfectly rather than getting the result therefrom. This principle is brought out in Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter. This particular verse you all know by heart. Karmanyevadhikaraste. What is further? Further? इतना ही आता है. I know many people, they quote this verse only 1/4, pavva, not full. See? 4 principles are told. कर्मण्ये वाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्म फल हेतुर्भूः मा ते संगा अस्तु अकर्मणि. If this principle we follow in life, we will not be reacting, but we will be only acting in life. And when we only act, I is not created. See? Wherever there is no doership, I is not created. Wherever there is no doership, sin is not created. Wherever there is no doership, any impression on the mind is not created. Whenever there is no doership, there is neither sin or merit. The mind remains untouched. It is for this purpose, this is the technique given in the field of Karma Yoga. How do we live in this world and yet do not carry the load of doership and suffer subsequently? See, most of the parents in their old age, they have nothing but complaints about the children. Because too many expectations. See, if we have these kinds of expectations from anybody in this world, we have guaranteed a miserable life. See, friends, we forget that at a time we are both parents and children. To our parents, we are children. We are never miserable that much because of our parents, as much we are miserable because of our children. Because parents, we have no choice. Has anybody ever thought about, I wish my mom was Madhuri Dixit? No? Whatever is the best one. We don't choose our parents. Therefore, we are happy with them. But when it comes to the children, my child should become this, my child should become that. Let him grow the way he has to grow. Children are born through us. They are not born to us. But we hold on to that and make an I out of our individuality. Therefore, the more you go on reflecting on this, wherever I is born, misery is guaranteed. And I creates an unhealthy condition in the mind, and that unhealthy condition is absence of equanimity. See? See what is the meaning of absence of equanimity? A mother, she is so much attached to her child that anything the child does, she has nothing but appreciation because of too much of attachment. My child, my child. If the same thing is done by some other child, immediately she has a commentary on her parents, on the child's parents. See, these days, parents don't take care of the children, See, they are not disciplined because somebody has such child. But when it is my own child, even the foolishness is glorified. There was one Amma, first child, after about 7-8 years. So she phoned me, Swamiji, I am blessed with the child. I said, don't come now. I will come sometime and then meet you, okay? After about 8-9 months, she came for one of the satsang last day. And when I was sitting there for giving prasad, so she came last. And she said, Swamiji, I told you, now this is my son. She gave me the son in my lap. I said, Mama, I am sitting on the Vyaspeeth. Anybody who gives me anything here, it is mine. Thank you for giving me the son. Now I will make a Babaji out of him. Oh, Swamiji, no, please. And I was playing with the child. After 2 minutes, I said, hey, come on, take him away. Dirty fellow is smelling. I think he has done something. When I said like this thing, mother was happy. Really, Swamiji, you are great. I said, what great? 3 दिन नहीं गया था. He has not gone for 3 days by your touch. He has gone. Ram. See, even the dirty thing of my own child is a glory. But if the same thing is done by somebody else, then we have got all the complaints. This is called as loss of equanimity. In equanimity, we are never disturbed. And the more you focus attention on this, you are walking spiritual path. Otherwise, kurute ganga sagar gamanam, vrata paripalanam athava dhanam. See, it is not going to take us in the right direction. Only one thing, take care of your mind. That is all. Neither too much excited nor too much depressed. The net result will be, we will start living in the utter present. And when we live in the utter present, we are happy. See? When we are happy, that time we are one with the God. Whenever we are miserable, we are divorced from the Lord. So what is the whole spirituality? Be happy. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnahat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.